Yeah. We in this thing. Yeah, boy. What's good with everybody? Oh, boy. I must really like y'all. I gotta really like y'all. I'm shooting this. I got started to get this ready. I got up at like 3:30. I really got up to go use the facilities, you know what I'm saying? Wash my hands, you know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all don't wash your hands. Go make me a sandwich and smoke me a blunt. And it was ham in there, no turkey. So I didn't make the sandwich. Good news is half a joint I didn't smoke yesterday. So I didn't have to roll up nothing. Y'all know what's up, man. What's going on with y'all? Welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always spoken host. Oops, great. You know what it is. You know what it is. Whew. So, how are we sitting here? First off, welcome. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put this out early enough so where I shouldn't have to say, take off your shoes, kick your feet up. You ain't really got your day started yet. At least hopefully you didn't. If you up before Jesus and the Mexicans, sorry to hear that. But go get that money. Get that money. For those of y'all that, your day ain't started yet, got some time? Sit down. Get comfortable. We big about that. Get comfortable. Because I seen something. A couple things. We're going to do a 2-for-1. And we're going to speed dial this. Because I know y'all got things to do. And this wasn't even a planned recording. But I couldn't ignore it. So the VILL pointed out some things that I wasn't aware of. Because I go about this music thing to make sure I'm a fan. I don't want to be a stan. I don't want to be so overly committed to one artist to where it dictates my mood, if I'm happy or sad. It's the only thing I look for. It's the only thing I pay attention to. I'm lashing out at people over somebody I ain't never seen, met, shook hands with, dapped up, shared a blunt with. If you're a smoker, you know that's important. So that's why you see, if you look at my channel, I try to move around. I stick and move. I might rock with the Kendrick and Drake for a little minute and move on to the next thing until something important happens. I feel like today, this is important. Both videos. Yes, I said it. Both. We're going to get a 2-for-1. So let me get the ears. Throw the ears on. Wait for I got to get that adapter so I can get rid of these. This ain't it. I'm not happy with these, but it was my start. So I got started. It is what it is. If you're smoking, light it up. If you're drinking, stop. Because it's too early in the morning. If you're drinking right now, you better still be drinking from last night. And I just want you to know it's Monday. Let me double check, because sometimes I don't know. Yeah, it's Monday. So back to the business. But let's get to this. We're trying to waste my little couple minutes, so you know what I'm saying? YouTube don't be on my back. Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get the business out the way so YouTube can leave us alone while we in here chilling. We don't need them all in our mix. I appreciate y'all. There hasn't been a day where I haven't gained at least a couple of subscribers. So I'm appreciative of that. This is coming from the VILL. Oh, wait. I did that backwards. Hold on. I gotta get used. I gotta hit this tab to share my screen now. Here we go. Boom. It's gonna be that one. Here we go. This is courtesy of the VILL. We're gonna check this out. I'm probably should I speed this up? I'm not gonna speed it. I'll speed up the second one. This one ain't too long. Let's get it. Wait, pause. Hold on. You forget I be having to check my audio. Wait a second. This is my part. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
Live stream that Aiden Ross and Drake had did together. They got together, and Drake had said a couple things on live. Has seen the clips going around where Drake had said that he would do a boxing match. Now it says here, Aiden Ross asked Drake if he would be open to box anyone, and instantly knew everyone was going to spam Kendrick Lamar in the chat. He is quoted to say, "I would only box him behind closed doors." Now, I want to go over these clips because I want to point out the contradictions in all of these clips from this live stream. So we'll start with this one in regards to the boxing match right here. I'll play the clip right now.
Would you ever get in there?
No.
How much? What's the bag to get you in there?
What's the bag?
Yeah.
Who do you want? Oh, I don't even know.
Eddie.
Who do you want me to fight?
Oh, I know. I want you to fight.
No, I wouldn't do that. If we're fighting, we'll fight at Hino's gym or something like behind closed garage door.
When I first seen this though, right? I seen this live, right? My first thought is like, why he talking like that? Like, why would he you know, where he kind of queued it up. Him and Aiden be around long enough. Drake and Aiden be around each other long enough to where you kind of know how your homie gonna answer a question. If you say something or what they gonna say in response to what you say, you know your homies. So he knew when he posed that, what would you want me to be? Cool, bro. That's more of that not reading the room mess. At this point, I'm starting to think he really can't read the room. He ain't faking. He ain't pretending. He can't gauge the temperature around him because he keep doing it. He could have shut that down quickly. Hey man, I'm an artist. I'm an entertainer. Yada yada yada. That's not what I'm on. And God, he could have directed it just like that, and nobody would have said nothing. Aiden wouldn't have said nothing. You're a fanboy. What he gonna say?
Yeah, you don't got it really.
So Drake is talking about fighting. Now I find it kind of strange how Drake is talking about fighting. I never really thought of Drake as a fighter, to be quite honest with you.
Like,
yeah. And I'm sure
he looked like he ain't never been in a fight. He looked like he ain't never been. We know. I've seen kids who just grew up. I'm not glorifying it at all, but it's their reality. I know kids who grew up in the streets. At 6, 7 years old, you look at them and can tell they got that dog in them. Like they ready to put their hands on anybody. And they mama, daddy, cousin, homie off the block, old man. It don't. We all know what you see in these environments that some of us either live in currently or came from. Drake ain't that. He ain't. So to do all that, me. Stop, bro.
We could all share the same expression that Aiden Ross is sharing in his face right now. You're alluding to getting to a boxing match with somebody that you made a defamation case about because of a diss record that Kendrick had made. And the fact that you're even bringing up fights when you have in this lawsuit that you're in fear for your life. It says here that after these attacks, Drake reasonably fears for the safety of his family and himself, particularly at his Toronto property following the May 7th. Drake temporarily pulled his son out of school and the Toronto area. Drake lives his life differently since UMG published the defamatory material. Drake has increased his security team in Toronto and everywhere else he goes. So it looks like the person that's on.
I'm going to say something probably a little controversial right here. It ain't got nothing to do with Drake. It's a dad-to-dad moment. Dad-to-dad moment. And I'm going to admit, I'm not the world's most perfect dad. There's some things I should probably be doing a lot better than I am now. But that being said, if you was having a situation, man, where your kid was getting bullied in school, when you decided to take your child, your son, out of school, you weakened him. School is where we face a lot of things. Unfortunately and unofficially, but it happens, is bullying. This is how that tough skin is developed. The thing you don't have. You had an opportunity to make sure your son had something you don't have right now, and you blew it. You blew it when you took him out of school. Instead of telling him you got to deal with this, helping him try to deal with it. And I'm not saying going to school, rage out, and do what a lot of people are doing. That's why we're having all of these accidents. I don't want to say it. I'm not even necessarily telling you to have your child going to school trying to knock people out. Clearly, he's not that type of cat. But I've been around some cats that have been bullied their entire life. I watched them get bullied all through school. Hell, one of them handled it probably the best way. He handled it better than I did. I went to fighting. Eventually, you eventually get enough. But you ever find that, that one person, everybody got that one person around them that's extra witty. They come back. Not come back. Get your head out the gutter. You can't say nothing about them. They own you. Where you think they got it from? That's a life skill, bro. Nah, will he in reality ever need it? Probably not. He a rich kid now. Rich parent, rich kid. We'll see how that turn out. But yeah, I caught on to that. I know it ain't important to everybody, but I'm a dad. And my mind told me, that was an opportunity missed. If you know, you know.
On live stream, talking about wanting to actually set up a boxing match in private, it seems like there's a different type of story or a different type of narrative in the lawsuit. I don't think somebody who's in fear for their life will want to do a boxing match. And I'm sure that UMG and the court and everybody else involved in this case is seeing this live stream and are seeing that Drake is alluding to setting up a boxing match with Kendrick Lamar. Alluding to it, at least. We'll keep it alleged, right? But it doesn't seem like you're in fear for your life. It's the whole reason why UMG is trying to say that this lawsuit is frivolous. Your actions outside of the lawsuit contradict your statements in it. If you were really in fear for your life, you wouldn't be out here trying to allude to a boxing match with Kendrick Lamar.
I agree with him ultimately. I do want to play devil's advocate. And I mean, this is not my point of view. I'm just being open-minded enough to look at the other side. Because there's a yin and a yang to everything. And again, I don't agree with nothing Drake doing. But should we be able to use social media and lawsuits to prove a case one way or another? It's Drake, so I ultimately don't care. Let me be clear, because I don't want to be like, oh, you ride with him, and you know. No, listen, Negro. What I'm saying is, let's say, in defense of UMG, they pull up social media clips, be it X or Twitter, whatever you call it, be it YouTube videos, whatever. If they introduce social media into this lawsuit and win, is that something that we ultimately want? Is for social media to be used in that way? I'm just thinking out loud. I'm not agreeing with that one way or another. I'm just saying there's always another side of the coin. So I figure I ask. If y'all want to talk about it, ask about it, speak on it, go ahead.
But hey, who knows? Maybe Drake is in fear for his life, and maybe he's just rolling with the questions that Aiden Ross is asking him. But I just think either way.
Oh, I also mentioned in my another video to debunk what he talking about in this lawsuit. I can justify right now all this moving around. All this moving around is not paranoia. That boy nerves bad. That boy nerves bad. He can't function when he's not. He needs to be the center of attention. He needs to be the guy. It's no different than I use easy examples so we can all understand what I be saying. It's no different than that one person in school who always had to be the it person. You talk about the way they dress, who they hang around, every aspect of them. If you look at it, they made sure they was top flight, top notch. And then when they wasn't the same. They didn't know how to function. This is the same thing. He doesn't know how to function. He doesn't know how to function. He really struggling. And the moving around is because he can't get settled. This man got $1 million properties all over the place. All over the place. And he keep moving, fidgeting. That'd be crazy. That's crazy work to go move around, do all this stuff that he doing he's trying to find peace and can't find it. Like sometimes I'll be finding myself sympathizing with Drake, and then I have to remind myself rather quickly, by the way, that he did it to himself. If I was Drake, I would have never took these exchange of words. Never would have did it. He had too much to lose, and clearly, he didn't make he didn't look at this the right way. You only enter into this if you don't care about losing everything you got. If you okay with this all could be gone, I really got to start from the bottom, proverbial bottom, and then you cool with it, yeah, then you do this. But when you can't accept any patinaing, what was it? You know, what is it? Patina, like Statue of Liberty when it turned green. Okay, never. He can't accept his polish not being as bright as can be. Like just losing a little luster. I think what had him agitated. He lost all shine. All shine. Like he was platinum once. Oh, nice. Like he not even like sterling silver. Still got a little something to it. It's not even sterling silver. It's like regular. What's regular? Is there a name for regular silver? He not bronze. I ain't gonna be that rude. But he definitely likes silver. Maybe he is bronze. I don't know. We're gonna have that conversation when I get done, bro.
It goes, these statements are very contradicting and very opposite from each other in what they say. But I don't know why you would allude to a boxing match with Kendrick on a live stream when you're in a lawsuit saying that you're in fear for your life. I don't think it helps your case at all. I don't think it's a good idea. Rather, the boxing match is going to be public or it's private. Because we already know that Drake likes to do everything in private. Like when he throws private parties, when he stays at the Mark Hotel, but has time to go and celebrate an after party for an ultra private party and go to another spot to have another ultra private party. Kind of like the private parties that Drake likes to throw in the Hidden Hills that Vlad was referring to with his recent interview.
There's been not one person that's accused Drake of anything.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if some shit starts coming out. Well, from what I understand, when Drake first moved to like Hidden Hills, like they were wilding out in that house. Him and his homies were doing some shit that probably got covered up somehow. You know what I'm saying? And now maybe people got paid and partying.
So like I said, Drake's just a private guy. I guess he likes to box in private, party in private, throw parties at his Hidden Hills when he used to own it private. I guess he just likes to have a good time in private. Maybe that's why he wants to box Kendrick Lamar in private, or alluding to boxing Kendrick Lamar in private. Let's just keep it like that, right? But
Man, look, we gonna get that out the way too. They ain't fighting. I seen a little story. I thought about putting it into this little video too. Man, story has it that fade was offered behind the scenes. It's like, all right, respect your wishes, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. I'll shoot you your fade, and we done with this. And Drakey Poo didn't accept it. He said, no, man. I ain't on it like that. Are we surprised? Are we surprised? Drake don't fight. He's a lover. He loves the strippers. Hates women with books. I got something else though. That was the VILL. All he about to do is keep going back and forth about him not taking the fight and whatever. But we already over here know what it is with that. Let me see. All right. We about to switch over to some MarcusatWork Media. I seen this story and it's definitely worth telling. It's definitely worth telling. Let me get y'all over here. Like I said, this is MarcusatWork Media from the Charlotte date. The Charlotte section of the tour. Charlotte still sold out. Kendrick and SZA in the rain. In the rain. Remember, Drake just canceled the tour. Enclosed building. Enclosed arena. Want to make that clear since we clarifying between arenas and stadiums. So here he is, home of the Panthers of the NFL, if y'all didn't know. Open air stadium in the rain, sold out show. Kudos, man. That's commitment. You got one cat canceling tours over some kind of alleged inconvenience. I feel like this rain is a hellified inconvenience, but he didn't take it as an excuse. I mean, okay, you can point out the business side. Nobody trying to hand out no refunds, but that's still a decision he had to make. Well, they had to make, and kudos to them for making the right one. Hold on.
I see we got a lot of day ones in the building tonight. Okay.
Welcome back to MarcusatWork Media. So the Charlotte, North Carolina show at the Panthers Stadium was a sold-out success. However, it did pour down raining, and people was drenched in the rain and did not, I repeat, did not get out of line. They stayed in line to see Kendrick in the rain on the way in, and the stadium was open. Part of
Look at this. Can we bring up the topic of bots again? Should we? Is it worth it? Somebody send this to Drake.
The performance was in the rain, and people didn't give two fucks. Still had a 10 out of 10 best time watching Kendrick do his motherfucking thing. So my sister here said, hey, it was raining. I had to show up for Kendrick. That's my guy. One of my favorite songs was Euphoria. So any time to put his foot on the neck of BBL Drizzy, she all for it, even in the rain.
I went to the Kendrick Lamar concert last night, the Grand National Tour in Charlotte. Listen, don't ever question my loyalty when it comes to Kendrick K. Lamar, my short king. Listen, I was outside drenched by the rain. And speaking of the rain, y'all, when I tell y'all the bottom fell out, it was drizzling a little bit, and then next thing you know, God sent down the floods, okay? Listen, my voice is kind of gone. It could be due to me screaming. Also, I could be catching a cold. When I tell y'all that Kendrick Lamar put on a 10.
Motherfuckers out here catching whole codes for Kendrick. That's crazy. I mean, when you book a show, you book a concert, weather change, show that level of commitment to a show. Would I do it? I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't like going to nothing that's outdoors. Me personally wouldn't go to see any show with an open air venue. I'm iffy on going to Browns games. We open air. When that new stadium open, I'll be there a lot more often. It's closed in. I don't like being outside. It ain't it's just me in general. Outside activities ain't me. However, kudos to the sister for risking health to show Kendrick some love, yo.
Out of 10 concert, him and SZA, oh my gosh. Like, I'm really not that big of a fan for SZA, but to see her perform made me a fan. Like, I can't get over my voice. Y'all know I was screaming at the top of my voice when he was performing Euphoria, okay? That's probably why my voice is gone. Because y'all know anytime I could put my foot on that man and his Barrett's neck, I'm going to do it every time. And I lost my voice doing so. So y'all know I am dedicated to being a hater. But
yes, sister, I appreciate your energy. I appreciate you. I appreciate you doing this for us because we hate Drake. That puts a smile on my face. So if you sitting here looking at me like, man, why you on Drake Nick like that? Man, why are you still here? I've established what we are day one. Dude. This is a we hate Drake society over here. And like she said, any chance to step on that neck, take it.
let's talk about the tour. Okay, so Kendrick and like SZA, they do their own little thing. Like Kendrick opened, right? And he did his little songs, and then SZA came in, and then they did their little songs together. Like they both gave each other ample amount of time to be on stage. And also, I do enjoy the fact that Kendrick Lamar performed Poetic Justice, okay? Because I do love any chance I can to be petty. And I love that he did that. The set list, it was fire. But if y'all haven't got the tickets for the Grand National Tour, please go do so, okay? Because Kendrick can put on the show.
So they did the usual full lineup. Kendrick killed it. He's even in the rain, did not skip a beat. He performed several songs drenched while the rain you see is coming down. My guy is on the move still like it's not even happening. Performance, song after song after song. Now the rain did go away after a while, and when the rain did go away, who do we have popping up on the stage? That's right, Mustard was able to make this tour date. They did a nice little light show for the performance. Dancers did their thing. Stage was set up as usual. So if you think that person was the only one that had a good time, think again.
Kendrick Lamar, SZA, that entire crew, the dancers, the pyrotechnic professionals, the lighting engineer, none of y'all owe me anything last night. From last night. And I know everyone was kind of like, oh, the weather's up in the air. Is it going to hold up? Da-da-da-da-da. It held up in the way that it needed to. Yeah, it rained a little bit during the show, but for those of y'all who have never experienced a concert, not a festival, a concert where it starts raining or rain becomes a part of that show, how the artist navigates and kind of ebbs and flows with the weather, especially when it's in a stadium like Bank of America that is uncovered, it tells a lot about how they look at their craft, how they care about their craft. Some people would have had every reason, would have been 100% justified in postponing that show from last night. Like, it would have made sense. People would have been pissed, but we also would have probably understood. And the fact that y'all are like, nah, we can wait out the thunderstorm. We know it's not going to do it again until later. Let's still go on. And it was an amazing show. Something about rain adds an element to a concert that was not there before. When you know that the artist was not, they didn't rehearse in the rain, they didn't rehearse for the rain, or whatever the case is, and they still go out and give it their all and give you an amazing show, give you your money's worth. The rain becomes another special effect. Just like pyrotechnics, just like lighting, just like the visuals, the rain becomes another special effect. And it worked so well last night when it happened.
Now I want you to stop for a second and look at this crowd. It's so many people. Now, what is the capacity of the Panther Stadium? Now, according to Google, the Bank of America, aka Panther Stadium, have a capacity of 74,867 seats. Now, I'm not for sure if that's just for games or if it's different for concerts, but either way.
Right, because with the concert, you know what I'm saying, they cut off that one loop in at one end, because that's the stage is set up in front of that. But fans get to occupy normally where the field would be. So I don't know how much of that balances out. Like, I don't know. But I'm like, wow. But I appreciate the way homie described that, because to describe it is like, okay, this is just an extra special effect. And I'm a special effect junkie. Like, one of the biggest parts of me when the tour first started in Minnesota, one of the biggest things I kept paying attention to and trying to watch different videos and see different angles is see the setup. Like, I like the little geeky stuff, how you set it up, where screens at, what type of pyrotechnics you use. Is each show the pyrotechnics the same? Like all that little weird stuff that probably don't matter to nobody else. Okay, he used pieces from the Super Bowl performance as part of the stage setup, and where's the energy little group at on the floor, like all that stuff. I pay attention to it. So that was cool to visualize it as the raid was just not interrupting the show, but it was an actual part. It changed the experience for the better. Because you think about it, if you make it through the rain to watch a show, you got to love that show. These people probably wasn't going to forget it even without the rain. But the fact that they stayed in the rain, some of them probably got sick. They're going to remember this show forever. This is the show when their kids get older. Let me tell you about the show I went to. Tight. Man, kudos to them. Kudos to them who stayed, bro. Major shout out to Kendrick for even going on, not making no excuses, no him and Han. They here, they didn't leave, so I'm not leaving. And that's what's up. That's how you lead the culture, though. That's a leader. Let's make sure as we keep track of all the things that Kendrick does as the guy. When we go to list his accomplishments, let's make sure we mention this. This is an accomplishment. Oh, y'all locked into me like that. Let me lock into y'all like that. That's an accomplishment. That's how you set the standard. So everybody else that's trying to get up to this part, you feel like, hey, I need number one. Guess what? The standard's been set. Rain don't matter. No excuses. Get out there and perform. That's how you set the standard.
Was packed out. Now, I don't know why Drake fans insist on going to K-Dot's concerts, but once again, we have a Toronto citizen that has went to the North Carolina show. She said she was forced to go, so she's out there in the rain trying to stand on business with the A minor line in the song and shoot this video to let us know that she's not for it. Now, looking at this girl, she looks just barely legal, right around Drake's preference. So,
wait. Y'all know where, look, I mean, let's see if we can tell where she on the floor.
No, that she's not for it.
She on the floor. Now, so she paid good for that ticket. Or, I mean, based off how she looks, she could be somebody's plus one. Homie probably wanted to go to the show and he took his little. Either way, she in a expensive section. Why go? Why do y'all do this? Why do y'all do weird stuff like this, bro? Like, this is clearly interrupting her day. So why go? Wait. You proving your love? She proving her love. She proving her love. This how Academic's gonna look when he go to the show at Inglewood. I'm standing there with his camera. I ain't said, I'm still riding with you. That's if he is still riding with him. You know, we talked about that. This is weak sauce. I'm sorry. This is weak sauce. Like, what are you doing? Move around, lady. You are a nice, looks like you probably could be well put together young lady. I'm sure you could find more things to do at night than this. You know? Whole thing.
Looking at this girl, she looks just barely legal, right around Drake's preference. So after saying she's Team Drake and she's from the 6, she had to also make a video, which got me a little confused because in another video, she also did this.
The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand.
You're right. I do.
She made a nail commercial using Peekaboo, the song that's supposed to have all these spooky secrets about Drake's past that I personally think is just sitting out there as the ultimate ether song. I'm like, It's so much in that song, bro. If I could just get the visuals, because I know he gonna make the visuals match the song, which means you gonna tell me something, and it's gonna be a little more clear than it would be in the song, just words. Visuals gonna let us see some things that we gonna look at Drake about. Ooh, I knew you did that. I ain't gonna say too much. I ain't gonna say too much. Shh. Why y'all
not understand your position? So my next guy brought up an interesting point, which I completely agree. He feels like the aesthetics, the view, the feel, the energy, the set, the way.
So y'all, one thing I was looking for. Hopefully y'all can see my mouse. This screen over here. Because there's like, when I look, it's like 5 rows going over of seats, then it goes up. So I've seen at every venue, the size, because this does not happen at every concert. The side has these super big screens so you can see something. And the dope thing is the way this is built. If you pay attention to a lot of the clips, he don't spend too much time up here where they can't see over here. He spends a lot of time moving around out here. So at the angle, even over here, at the angle, you can see. You can see. So he's definitely keeping in mind the people who probably took these seats because it was like $60 cheaper, but it got them in the building. Here, visually, I'm putting you a screen here, so even if I'm up here, you can see what I'm doing. You can still feel a part of the show. And built the angles so that way you can see them over here. And the pyro has been not only on the floor, but there's been pyro up top. So even if you sit up in the higher up bowl, you still feel like a part. You know what I'm saying? If it makes sense. But that's like weird stuff I be looking for when people set up these big old concerts and whatnot.
Way everything is choreographed with the dancers, the light show, everything was set up like an LA show. I can only imagine when it hits California, when he do all the shows in California, bruh, it's gonna go crazy.
The aesthetic of this tour, and that is one of my very main points as well. This is an LA show. It's just taken on the road everywhere. This is an LA show. If you have tickets to go see Kendrick Lamar anywhere, or if you're thinking about going to see him anywhere, LA is the place to be. It felt like this is just him portraying this good kid, Mad City, LA vibe, boy from Compton or whatever, just to the masses. This is who he is. This is him in his element. To me, the biggest songs that rang off on that GNX tour were the LA-based songs. Obviously, the West Coast sounding vibe of Not Like Us. Obviously, the TV Off. But even Peekaboo, like that song rung off in a stadium. And it's just something about this LA vibe that Kendrick is displaying in his music as of recent that's just taken over.
He's saying it's basically an LA themed concert that he's broadcasting to the masses, and we can't get enough. The audience can't get enough. The people can't get enough, and it's taking over and dominate everything. And let's not forget about SZA. SZA did her normal sets. A lot of the favorite songs her fans love. They did Luther. She came out the floor again. I don't know, man. Something about when Dottie's on the stage and then she popping out the floor in her vibe. It's kind of dope, man. All in all, another successful sold-out show. No hiccups, minus the rain. They did have to cancel the pop-up for SZA where she signed autographs and stuff like that, and she kind of get hands-on with some of the fans before the show. That did not happen because of the rain, unfortunately, but all in all, excluding the rain, excluding the pop-up cancel.
It's pretty much everything. Yeah, that's MarcusatWork Media. It will be pinned in the description. That was good to see, though. The tour doing good. To have the rain come through, potentially be a hiccup, and not do what leaders always do. That's what's up. Trying to think of anything else. What else I got going? What else I want to put in here? Video wise, I think that's it. I do got another quick overview of the Ravon. I'm gonna do an overview of that. And the reason I call it overviews and not reviews, I'm not no deep diver like that. But I know a lot of people don't want to sit and listen to an album and not know if. I think everybody knows. Sometimes you just want the meat and potatoes. Like, hey, this hit. The rest of it, I don't even want to mess with it. That's just how some of us take in music. But that's all I got. That's all I got for now. I'm Oops Great. It's Cushion Equilibrium. Appreciate y'all pulling in, chilling with me, smoking with your boy. I'm gonna get at y'all.